Honshu was Steve and I's favorite title from Essen, and we are super excited that it's going to be in the US now, and so I was like, I'm going to tell y'all about it. Honshu is a trick-taking, card-placement city-building game with resource management set in feudal Japan, which sounds either amazing or horrifying, depending on your perspective of those mechanics and theme.
But what does that all mean?
Well, I'm glad you asked. What it means is players will be building their own cities individually via trick-taking, card-taking. So everybody will have a hand of 6 cards. You'll play a card simultaneously face down. Everybody will reveal the cards. The person who played the highest numbered card gets to pick first, and then so on in a descending order. When you pick a card, you have to add it to your city. Bada boom, bada bing. You do that until you get to 3 cards in your hand, then you pass your hand, and then you do it until you have 0 cards, and then you deal out more cards, and then you just kind of repeat that another time, and then the game's over, and you get points for various things that you've done in your city.
Okay, but aside from the trick-taking, that sounds like a lot of other city-building games. What makes Honshu different?
I'm glad you asked, Steve. Ugh. So, the reason Honshu is different is because it has you placing the cards over top of one another or tucking them under. So every card has 6 grids. It's a 2x3 grid on every card that shows the different terrains or field types or whatever of the city landscape. So you can have fields, you can have lakes, you can have cities, you can have forests, that's it. And you can have factories, and then you can have the opposite of factories. Manufacturers?
Production and depots.
Yeah, essentially. So, but when you place a card, you have to either place it on top of another card, lining up those grids, or you have to tuck it under. So it has to be overlapping in one spot at least, either on top or below.
So all I do is I build the biggest city with the most grids exposed, and that's how I get the most points?
So I'm glad you asked. Wow, the grids on the cards will earn you points. They earn you points for different things and different conditions. Forests will earn you 2 points, no matter where they are in your city. All forests, 2 points. Then you'll get points, 1 point per grid in your largest connected city, largest continuous city. And the city blocks are just the things with the buildings on them, and you always want to place them and make sure that they're in the right areas. Fields, they don't get you anything. Lakes, the first lake you get 0 points for. Then every additional lake after that, that is connected to that lake, gets you 3 points. So you want to build larger lakes, but you don't need to build a continuous lake, though that would be worth a lot of points. Dog! The other way to get points is the manufacturing thing. So there are certain tiles that will produce cubes, or, well, goods, in different colors. So brown, blue, gold, something else. Silver. Then there are other grids that are the depots or manufacturers, I'm not really sure which, I can't remember, that want those goods, and those are marked with like little star thingies, and they denote how many points you get for the cube that you put on there. By default, each of those can only have max 1 cube, which is delivered at the end of the game.
Okay, so I see it now. I'm trying to select the card from the trick that fits best with my city. But what if my hand is garbage and I only have low cards and I can't get what I want out of the trick?
If you have been dealt or passed a horrible hand, you can do a little bit about it. What you can do is those resource cubes that get placed on depots when you play the depot card in your city, you can spin those cubes to up your trick value by 60 points. Is it 60 points?
60 points.
So if you want to be guaranteed to get the card that you need, you play the card face down like everybody else, and then you put a gold cube on top or something like that, knowing that no one else has gold cubes. Then you'll win the trick. This is our most played game from Essen of last year, and I would even go as far to say it's our most played game of 2016, even though we got it in October of 2016. It's super small and a portable way to like bring with us everywhere. It's gone on the most trips with us. We take it out of the box, put it in another box. It fits really well. It's also easy and fast to teach. The fact that it goes to 5 players is fantastic. The 2-player variant is actually a lot of fun and good. We've mostly played a 2-player, and a game that does well from 2 to 5 players is fantastic.
Also, trick taking at 2 players.
I know. Don't be
our copy of Honshu is from Lapita Games, and Renegades, from what I can see, is going to look and play basically the same exact way for the US, which is great. The art is pretty, it's very simple and straightforward. They did a great job of reusing the cover art for the card art, and yeah, playtime, 30 minutes, spot on.
Yep. You only draft a certain number of cards, so it just gets right at that playtime.
Yeah. No, it's simple, it's easy, it's portable, it's interesting, it scratches several itches all at once, which maybe I should have worded that better. Either way, it's great. If you'd like to get your own copy, go ahead and visit your friendly local game store, or check the doobly-doo down below if you're an online person. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, subscribe, and I'll just go ahead and say it. We're doing streams. So Steve and I played a game of Honshu in its entirety and somewhat incorrectly on a stream, which you can link someplace. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a better one when we're not sick and fresh from Essen, but we were so excited about this game we had to do it. Otherwise, we stream games every Tuesday and most Thursdays at 7:30 Pacific time. So check that out, I guess.
Yep, it's even fun when you play wrong, I think is what we learned.
Actually, yeah, the first like several games we were playing entirely wrong, and we still enjoyed it. And then we started playing it right, and we enjoyed it more. So it's a good sign.